What is going on, everyone? DSP here, and you will not believe what we're about to talk about. I've been knocked senseless and speechless before by things that people have done, but today is a new low. So let me explain. The reason why I'm making this video is because it just come to the attention of myself and several mods and administrators of my fan site, TKOHHD.com, that there's an extremely high chance the reason that I was thrown off of Blip TV is because of the actions of an internet troll who's been hating on me. Yes, I'm not kidding. We have hard evidence, and I'm going to now basically provide this evidence to everyone, to make this public, to clear the air, to prove that there was never any complaints against me on Blip TV, and hopefully to sway Eric and anyone else there who thought that my content was inappropriate to at least open a line of dialogue with me and talk about maybe continuing our business relationship. So the way I'm going to do this, I've already typed up a professional email to Eric, and I'm going to click send in like 3 seconds, but I want to read this so that everyone knows what I'm sending to him, the evidence that we've uncovered, and then I'll actually give you a couple links in the description of this video that shows the hard evidence. You will not believe it, okay? So, here's my email to Eric, because I think this will explain things best. It says, Eric, since I last responded to your email below, and this is a response to the original email Eric had sent me on Wednesday, which you can see in a previous video from Wednesday if you go check out the other videos on this channel, a lot has happened. I believe I've discovered the reason for your reaction below, which is because you received a complaint regarding this specific video. Again, this is my Dead Space demo playthrough part 4, from a person claiming that they were offended, and I would like to clear the air. After some research, the staff of a fan-created website, which is actually a fan site about me, which is TKOHHD.com, I found that the complaint is actually invalid and actually the efforts of someone who has been performing hateful actions against me over the past few months. Please bear with me here. Even I cannot believe the lengths to which this person has gone to try and slander my name and reputation, okay? After I received your email below, I made a vlog video. I don't know if it's called, is it vlog or vlog? Does anyone even know? I don't know. I just know that they're called like vlogs, whatever. I made a vlog video about it on my popular YouTube channel, which I did. It was just the video I just talked about. To my surprise, a day later, someone created a post on my fan-created website actually bragging that they had fooled Blip.tv into shutting me down and removing me from the service. And this is all true. They even went as far to include a screen capture of their submission to Blip TV of the report, which can be found here. And if you want to see that, check out the description of this video. I'm going to put the link there. And I can actually even show you what it looks like. Here it is, and I know you can't really see it, but basically, this is the submission that this person submitted to Blip TV, ticket number. Of course, they blotted out all their personal information, reporting IP and all of that, and their name. But basically what they're saying is, oh, I'm offended by the comments in this video, okay? That's the general submission that it says here. And it actually says that on the 14th of January at 10:40 a.m., Blip TV sent this guy back a response. It says, thank you for bringing this to our attention. We have turned off all advertising for this user and given them 1 week to move their content from Blip TV. Thanks, Blip.tv support. So, there you have it. It's pretty much in black and white. As long as this is valid, this screen, which looks pretty professional, it definitely looks like the forms that Blip TV submit. It basically proves that this troll submitted the complaint against me, and there was no valid complaints against that video whatsoever. So, moving on. I actually say in my email to Eric, so if you can check on your side and confirm that this is the actual submission of the complaint, then we have hard evidence of fraud. This person is actually trying to discredit me and actually trying to recruit people from my fan website to join a hate movement against me. The following are actual excerpts of the post left on the website, and I'm going to read them, but you can see them for yourself. The thread still exists. It's over in the trolling forums, and I'll actually put the creation of that into the description of this video as well. Then we'll actually talk a little bit about how to discredit this guy. But anyway, so here's what he actually says in this thread on the website, TKOHHD.com. While sending this letter made me feel somewhat better, part of me felt like I wasn't accomplishing anything. I had reported the video on Mondays talking about the Dead Space video, and by Tuesday I still hadn't even received a thank you for your concern boilerplate email indicating someone had at least received it. It wasn't until DSP's frantic video about bad news and the subsequent The Truth About Blip video that I realized that I had not only gotten the video removed, but I had gotten DSP removed as well. At this point, you can feel free to doubt my story, but the fact that I reported part 4, and that's the part that Eric, who works at Blip, had referenced, is too much of a correlation to be coincidence. Let me conclude by saying I am now officially a hater. Phil is far from the only 28-year-old that has found themselves laid off from their jobs and in financial straits, but instead of sucking up his pride and taking a crappy job and moving back in with his parents, he has decided to panhandle his fan base. The relationship that DSP has with the fans is now totally based on money, and I fail to see how such a situation can end any way but badly. Save your pennies for your personal rainy days ahead, and force Phil to be accountable for himself. Holy shit. This guy fucking is so jealous of my popularity, and the fact that for 4 or 5 months now, yeah, I've been able to turn this into a business per se and been able to support myself, that he is fucking reporting me falsely to websites to try to get me banned and fuck me over, so I have to stop doing this for a living. Wow. You are a shithead. Okay, so let's continue with the email to Eric. Basically, this person is angry that I've been able to bring my YouTube fan base over to Blip.tv and do well for myself, but I wasn't sure why. Once this post was created on the fan site, the website administrators actually conducted an IP address search on this poster and found out a startling truth. This person is actually someone who has been banned from the website multiple times and on multiple accounts for what? For using racial slurs and insults to other users on thekingofhate.com. In summary, this person who submitted the complaint about my video is trolling me to the greatest extent. They've been banned from a fan site for using racial slurs and insults, and therefore found it to be the ultimate irony to try and get me banned from Blip.tv for a video where I imitated a parody of a racial stereotype for humorous purposes. And if you want to know who the person is, his name is Rankulus. Probably a lot of you remember him from the first couple of weeks when the website was open. Now, I had nothing to do with it, but my administrators and mods banned him from this site because they said, listen, you're using racial slurs and you're insulting people, you can't do that. Since then, this guy has created something like 5 dummy accounts, all trying to get back on the site. He's been banned repeatedly every single time, and incidentally, the thread that is on the trolling forums right now, he was IP searched, and it's Rankulus. It's him again. So this guy is mad that he was banned from the site, and all he's doing is trying to troll me in any way that he possibly can, even though I wasn't the person that banned him from the website. So figure that one out. He's a fucking moron. So anyway, continuing with my email. Actually, let me get a sip of water. Hold on. So in conclusion, if this above screenshot is real, which you can confirm on your end, then the complaint which you received is not valid. There's no way that I could have had access to this screenshot unless the person who made the post, the person who made the post on my fan site is actually the real person who submitted the complaint and then subsequently revealed it to be a trolling activity to get me kicked off your website. Now please don't misunderstand me. By no means do I believe that this makes me innocent, and to be honest, I'm not innocent. Here's why. Regardless of where the complaint came from, you, Eric, reviewed the video content yourself and notified me that it was inappropriate. I now understand that, and I again request that with this new information, you open up a line of dialogue regarding the situation. I am more than willing to tone down my commentary in an area where you feel it could make an advertiser uncomfortable if you would allow me to continue working with your business. Please advise, I will eagerly be awaiting your response. Thank you for your time, Phil Burnell. So, holy shit, I've been saying it all along, and now here you go. We have hard evidence, as long as Eric can confirm on his end that that post is real, that this entire situation is because of internet trolls. Wow. You know, a long time ago, when I was still, well, I don't want to say still because I am going to try to come back this year, but when I was heavily into the Street Fighter community, people joked and they said, maybe you shouldn't be called the King of Hate, maybe you should be called the world's most hated gamer, because it seems like so many fucking people hate you for different reasons. I think it's true. I think maybe it's, I might have to update my little slogan there, because so many people apparently are jealous Well, first of all, here's the thing, alright? I'm a very public person, as you know, and I haven't hid anything from anyone. I've been very public about this whole situation since I got laid off, since I was working with YouTube and using their AdSense program, then when I went to Blip, and you've been with me every step of the way, so you understand everything that's been going on. Most people aren't willing to do that. They're afraid, they don't want to necessarily let everyone know as much about their personal life, etc. And I haven't revealed too much about my personal life, but you know what's going on with me when it's regards to this kind of stuff. And so being a public person like that, I think it makes me a target, because people see, gee, here's this guy who just for a hobby for a couple of years was making videos on the internet. All of a sudden he's now able to flip it into something that can support him. That's bullshit. I wish that I had a talent that I could do, but I don't. So rather than just be, enjoying the content, I'm mad and I'm just going to try to fucking, as I've said 100 times, I've made this analogy, walk into his living room and just shit in the middle of his living room floor. That's pretty much what Ranculus is trying to do. He's trying to ruin my life because he's a jealous fucking troll. So hopefully, Eric will read this email, and hopefully he'll look at the evidence with an objective eye, and he'll say, okay, in this situation it looks like the reason we reacted harshly is because we got a complaint. Well, here's evidence the complaint isn't real, and Philly's even saying that he can prove that there's a thread on his forum of someone who's admitting that they did this basically just to screw him over. All right, I'll open a line of dialogue. Not necessarily saying that we're going to go ahead like we were full speed. Maybe he'll say, Phil, all right, you can keep doing your videos, but you have to be more streamlined. You can't, you can't say things that might insult large groups of people and stuff like that. You can joke, you can swear, as long as you list it as TV unrated, but be very careful with what you do, and we're going to keep an eye on your content from now on, and if you're out of line, we're going to kick you off the site. That's perfectly fine. For me, that's a completely acceptable response. But we now have evidence that supposedly this complaint that got me banned is illegitimate, is false, it's from an internet troll. I hope that Eric would at least open up some dialogue again. And if he does, I think that's going to speak wonders for his company, and saying that this company will not give in to this kind of bullshit like YouTube did. YouTube constantly giving me false copyright claims because of internet trolls and not researching it until basically the company who was being impersonated contacted YouTube and said, you better say it wasn't us that did it, because it wasn't us, and we're going to sue you for basically fraudulently saying that we're doing stuff to our fans that we're not. So please, I hope Eric reads this. Eric, if you're watching this, respond, open a line of dialogue, let's talk, let's figure this out, rather than just shooting everything down. But it is what it is. If your boss tells you something and they said, no, there's absolutely no way that we can do it, then it is what it is. And I can't really blame anyone besides this internet troll who's butthurt about being banned from a fan website where I didn't even ban them. So figure that one out. Yes, there are people who are that fucking evil in the world. And it's just a reality and inevitability that you're going to run into them when you're someone like me who has basically taken on a public persona over the past couple of years, and I'm not surprised. I mean, I'm flabbergasted and speechless that someone could go that long, that much into it. But even from the beginning, I suspected that it was something. It was one specific person complained, and because of that, it got elevated at the company at Blip. And then they said, oh, there's no way we could have this guy because, then people will say Blip supports racism or something, which is absolutely ridiculous. What I was doing was a parody of a racial stereotype. It was not a hateful video about how people really hate, any race or anything like that. It was nothing like that whatsoever. And, it's unfortunate, but maybe I'll have to be a little bit more careful in the future of what I do, specifically when in regards to stuff that's going to have advertisements and stuff on it. But I really hope that Eric will open up the line of dialogue again, and we'll go from there. But anyway, holy shit, what a development. I can't believe it. I'm sure you can't believe it. Thank you to Chris and to any other mods who were involved on thekingofhate.com with figuring this out. What a mystery. I mean, holy crap, my life is so dramatic now. My life used to be so boring. Now it's like every day there's a twist, a turn, a new high, a new low. I feel like I'm on the world's most dangerous roller coaster, and I'm about to fly off. So, whew. Anyway, a little relieved that actually there were no real complaints about that video, and let's see what happens. So I will let everyone know as it develops. And by the way, by no means does this mean that I'm not going to continue talks with that other company that I've been mentioning for a couple of videos now. I am still interested in that as well. So let's see what happens. But alright, that's it. I'm DSP. Thanks a lot for listening. Fuck the trolls, and I'll continue to say it. Because you know what? It's one thing, and there's one thing that has always driven me. It's hate. That's truth. Everyone who hates me actually just inspires me to do better. When I went to Evo in 2005 and I got 4th place in Super Turbo, even though a lot of people hate me for it, a lot of people love to discredit me and say that my wins weren't valid. When I was on stage playing, people were fucking booing me and swearing at me. Well, that motivated me to do as well as I did. So, keep it coming. Because you're just going to make me succeed even higher. I'm going to keep shooting up, and you're going to keep looking like a fucking idiot with your dick in your hand. So, this is TSP. Thanks a lot for listening. Eric, I hope he listens, and we'll go from there.